Hey guys, welcome back to J&J MMA. Real quick, we're just going to cover the main card of UFC 303. Not going to lie, guys, I kind of had more fun with the prelims tonight, but Alex Pereira definitely saved the fucking show. For starters, we're going to start off with MVP versus Ian Cuckoldry Gary. Man, this fight was kind of fucking boring. Like, MVP maybe threw 10 punches, but he was still, in my opinion, throwing more punches. And then, Ian Gary, to quote Nate Diaz, oh, you a wrestler now. Just kept trying to take him to the ground, kept trying to basically just avoid the fight. MVP came out to BBL Drizzy and then just had, or BBL Gary, and just had the most boring fucking fight. So, yeah, I was kind of disappointed. But what do you think of it, my boy?
Unfortunately, I missed so much of this card. But it sounds like I'm honestly glad that I did. This fight I wanted to watch. I didn't. I completely forgot about it when it came on. But sounds like it was good that I fucking did. I was definitely hoping that MVP would do literally anything. Because I fucking hate Ian Gary. But unfortunately, Ian Gary won, and MVP didn't do shit at all. It was so fucking boring. All the highlights were, there really wasn't any highlights. I guess that was just a recap, but yeah, it just seemed like it was mostly MVP not being able to do shit on the ground, and Ian surprisingly having nothing to do with the stand-up. So yeah, I don't have much else to say about it. Boring as fuck. Wonder Boy could never.
100%. We'll move on to the next one, man. It was Macy Chesson versus Myra Bueno Silva. Let me just give you the rundown because I know you didn't watch this. Basically, Myra was taking round one, was kind of beating Macy's ass a little bit, and then round two showed up. Macy ended up getting on top of her and hit her with a nasty fucking elbow that split her shit. And we've seen nastier cuts in MMA, but the doctors came in and stopped it. Fans were disappointed. Myra was disappointed. She fucking ran over, bleeding all over Dana White. Dana, what? That type ship. But, yeah, and they ended up giving Macy Chasson a performance bonus. So, kind of goes to show you there weren't a lot of exciting things on this card. There were, but just not throughout the entire night.
Right.
Hey, man, we're going to move on to the next fight, but I'm still hung up on the prelims. I'm still thinking about Peyton Talbot and how he knocked that boy out in 19 seconds. Shout out to our video talking about the prelims if you want to go watch that. But then we get stuck fucking watching Anthony on Paper Smith versus Roman fucking Dolidze. Yeah, look, I'm not the biggest fan of either of these guys. I can acknowledge they're good, especially Roman on the ground. But, these dudes were just having, a sparring match. They were just kind of half-ass punching. When they would land hits, they'd be, smiling and pointing at each other going, They're sitting there playing touch butt in the park.
Per usual.
But yeah, it was just a fight, man. But we're going to move on to the co-main event. It was a catchweight fight at 165. It was Diego Lopez versus Dan Ige. What are your thoughts on this one, my boy?
I really like this fight. This was one of the ones that I managed to catch the last two. I thought it was really cool. Big shout out to Dan Ige for just fucking literally getting off the couch and coming in to fight. And then honestly, I personally felt that he did enough to win, but I totally do not mind that Diego Lopez won. That bro, he got fucked over every which way the entire build up to this fucking fight, due to that one fucking guy. But yeah, I thought it was a really good fight. I'm fine with Diego winning. Thought Dan did enough though.
It was definitely a fun back and forth fight, man. I could definitely see the argument for Dan taking it. But I was sitting there rooting for Diego, though. I was like, Diego, please. Because my man got fucked over so bad, bro. My man had to fucking make 145. Then T-City was like, oh, I can't do that. So we had to make 155. And then T-City's like, oh, I got a fever. So now he had to fight Dan Ige, where Dan Ige didn't have to cut no fucking weight at 165. Ige already had a training camp going. Basically, Diego had the world fucking against him, and he grabbed it by the fucking balls and was like, I'm taking this, My only thing with Diego is he kept trying to headhunt. He just kept trying to get Ige with a knockout. And Ige fought fucking Josh Emmett and didn't get knocked out. So ain't nobody knocking Ige out right now. So beyond that, though, man, I think he needs to just keep working on his shit, keep improving. and I would definitely like to see him try to get like a top 15, top 10 opponent like in 145, like in his division, you know?
Yeah, and to be fair to Diego, the entire time he was training to fight somebody that was probably going to do a lot more shit on the fucking ground, so he wasn't really too worried about stand-up, and then whatever had happened to his throat just seemed to bother him the entire time, so I thought he did a really good job for having both those things factor in. Granted, because I do feel like having trained the entire time for a specific set versus somebody that's like, cool, I'm just ready to stand and bang, do what I do normally. It's a little different, but either way, it's a really good fight.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun fight, man, and I'm just glad the boy pulled it off. Dana White said in the post presser, man, that he really appreciated them coming up, and they both said they want to fight on the Spear card in Vegas, so he said they're both going to be on that. So hopefully we get to see them soon, man. But moving on to the main event, the main course of the evening, it was Alex Poatan Pereira versus Yuri the Samurai Prohaska. Bro, in my video talking about like our picks and stuff for this, I said I hoped Alex doubled the voodoo and knocked Yuri the fuck out faster, and I think he doubled the voodoo and knocked Yuri the fuck out faster.
Yeah, dude, as soon as the fight got announced, granted, this has been one of the only few fights that have even made this card interesting, but yeah, Alex, I figured as soon as the fight got made, I was like, well, this is gonna go the same way, if not worse. I love Yuri, dude, but Alex is a different person. That was sick, dude. That went the way I thought it would.
Yeah, bro, I don't know why. There was a big section, not big section, but like a vocal section of MMA YouTube that was like, oh no, Yuri's gonna win this one. They're gonna have their trilogy. Like, I feel it. Yuri's coming back. And I didn't see it, brother. Like, I don't know. I just thought Alex is gonna keep improving and was gonna get him. And he ended up getting him with that nasty fucking head kick, brother. Like, god damn. It was just so nice to see. And quite frankly, I just don't see anybody beating Pereira at 205 right now. Like, I just don't.
No, yeah, at the moment, I can't think of a single soul in that fucking division. And I was even thinking about that after the fight. I was like, man, I don't know how they give him anything. Like, if he wants to move up or go back down, they have to let him do that, bro. Because, like, there's nobody in the division that I feel like is fun for him to, like, he's just going to lap everybody. It's going to be like Izzy back in the day with the middleweight division. But Alex at the fucking 205, he's just going to fucking be whooping everybody. And I think, honestly, he could go up to heavyweight and beat most of them, too.
Yeah, I was going to say, bro, they brought that up to Dana at the press conference, asking if they would move him up to heavyweight. And Dana said he's not super interested in it, but he said, we'll talk about it type thing. I just personally just want to see him keep dominating light heavyweight right now. Because I want him, to me, he's the GOAT already. I just want him to cement it. Like, I want him to keep getting title defenses. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, him versus Aspinall would be a fun fight. But I would just like to see him reign in this division for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I think it would be good for her. Because it does get a little stale watching all these dudes just kind of, do a little bit in their division and they're ready to move on. So I guess it would be cool. I just wish there was some bigger names, some bigger faces and shit. Like, we fucking have Anthony Smith, bro. I don't want to fucking watch Anthony Smith fight anybody, bro. I barely want to hear him fucking talk during commentary. So it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, it would be nice to just see him beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Jamal Hill keeps fucking running his fucking mouth. I kind of hope he gets a win and they can run it back and then Alex can knock him out even fucking harder. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot Jamal was in the division, bro. He just looks like a heavyweight. What the fuck?
I mean, he might as fucking well be with the way he blew up his fucking Achilles. But I digress. Anyway, guys, this was our thoughts on the main card of UFC 303. If you'd like to watch the video about our thoughts on the prelims, I'll leave a link in the description or in the comments below. Let us know what you thought, and we'll catch you on the next video. Y'all have a good one.